So driving on the CX, but what kind of van you're going to have and what kind of driver you're going to be. Hello there people, how are we all doing out there? Hope we're all good. Andy P back with another video. I just like to say the usual kind of stuff. If you like the videos, please like, subscribe and do all that stuff that you know you want to do. So do a bit of a roundup first, where it's currently Tuesday the 13th of September. As per usual, I try and do a video every month, and I try and do it at the beginning of the month. But I'll be honest with you, I've been quite busy. I've been really busy, and I've not had a chance to literally park up and record a video. So a little bit late than I would want it to be, but here we go. So a bit of a roundup. August treated me quite well. No real complaints, nothing spectacular. It ticked along nicely. It did everything it wanted. Well, I wanted it to do. And yeah, made the money that I needed to make. So all good. The feed seems to be quite a lot of work knocking about at the moment. It's that year now where it's going to start building into going into Christmas, but yeah, it seems okay. There's been a few days where it's been a bit off, but that's to be expected. But you know what, I think choice of what you do and how you do it is a big factor. You know, sometimes I've made decisions thinking, right, you know, you've got out early in the morning, you'll go somewhere where you think, yeah, there's going to be plenty of work, and you get stuck and there's no work. It happens. On the flip side though, you'll have days when just everything goes for you, and everything just falls in nicely. You go into places that you want to go, you end up where you want to be, you don't have a lot of good, you know, sorry, not good miles, dead miles, and it's all good. So rough with the smooth, my friends. Last week was the beginning of August, the first full week in August. Sorry, September, dear Lord, going backwards. And I had my best ever week. So hence why, like I said, this video is a little bit late, because I've been that busy. Some days I've had to put the hours in to get it, but every single day last week was really good. And again, decision making. You know, some of us guys us YouTubers, as I suppose we are, because we do YouTube videos, that do these videos to keep everyone entertained. We do have a bit of a chat now and again, and I know last week on the Tuesday in particular, and there were a few guys saying the feed was poor and just everyone struggled a little bit. I didn't, but again, it's sometimes just down to choices and pure luck. So in this game, you're definitely going to take the rough with the smooth. So that's a roundup really for me. I have now been, well, no, not quite. Next month, October, is my anniversary. So I did take a week off a couple of weeks ago. It was a bank holiday week, actually. So I've been away with some friends for the weekend, me and the wife and whatnot. And I had a bit of admin stuff to do. So in July, I became VAT registered. And subsequently, I also subscribed to QuickBooks, and the reason being is straightforward enough, I presume. That obviously all needs putting together, and it's going digital and stuff now, so I needed some software to just help me with the VAT piece. So that's not due till the 7th of October, my first VAT quarter as it were. But because I'd only just gone into QuickBooks in July, I had a lot of information to feed into it. And I don't know if any of you guys are on QuickBooks or Sage or whatnot, but I'm finding it quite useful, actually, quite a useful tool. I've uploaded all my invoices into it, and it's, you know, my bank account and everything's linked to it. So it is giving me a good business overview now, and it's giving me a better understanding of the business without sitting there for hours on end working it out. But the VAT's due on the 7th of October, so I just took the time just to make sure everything was okay. There are a few little bugs in the system which self-caused. It matches your payments to your invoices, which I didn't realise. So I was going in accepting the payments and also accepting the invoices, so I had to kind of like undo what I'd done and resort it out. So I took some time to do that. That took me most of the day actually, because I were going back to last year, to October. I wanted everything in there, so I had as much information as possible. So if any of you are thinking of going VAT registered, and listen, there's always a big question around VAT. So I'm on the flat rate scheme, and the reason why I've done it, I was talking to a friend of mine that's not in the courier industry, and before he's done like accounting and stuff like that, and I said to him that I'm looking at being VAT registered, and he said to me, why? He said, because you just pay money to the government. Fair enough, understand that. However though, it is earning me extra money. It is gaining me extra money. And as a lot of the drivers will tell you out there, you know, rough with the smooth, and how you get paid, you're waiting for payments, and you can have good weeks, bad weeks. It's a self-employment thing. The other thing was as well is it's about being established and also being professional. And funnily enough, Freddie put a video out the other day, and he was talking about the, you know, like the kind of people that he wants working, because he posts jobs, and one of the things he mentioned is being VAT registered, and I get it. It gives you that bit more professionalism. It shows that you're serious. You're not somebody that's just coming into it and then flitting away quite quickly. You're here to stay. So that's why I'm doing the VAT reel. And like I said, flat rate scheme, it's easy enough to do, and you know what you're getting. It's, while you're earning it, you can work out what you're getting of that. So it's a good thing. I've not had any problems with it, to be fair. You know, the shippers don't say anything, because obviously they'll be all VAT registered as well. So I had that to do, so I got all that done, and then as well I had van insurance and van tax to sort out. So the van tax came up, taxed it pretty quickly, just got that done and out the way, so we're all ready taxed, ready for next year. And then the van insurance, now those of you who are looking to get into it and you don't know about it, there's a couple of things with van insurance. Number one is it's very expensive, and obviously you've got to have carrier insurance, and also you don't have to have it, I don't think, but obviously what's it called, the legal one, you know what I mean. I'll remember it in a minute. It's expensive, but the other thing as well is you can't just go on, you know, like you do with your car insurance or your house insurance. You'll go on it and you'll do like Compare the Market or Go Compare, all them sites, and you'll go on it and you'll put in all your information, your driving information, your car information, and it brings you up your quotes, and you can literally buy it online then and there. You can't do that with van insurance. There are systems out there that allow you to do it, but then once it gets to the end, you've got to basically speak to someone. So I find it a bit of a pain in the backside, really. I'd rather just do it all online and get it done with, but no, you've got to speak to people, and then they send you all the documents and get them signed, and oh, it's just a pain in the arse. But the insurance is sorted now for next year, so that's done. So we are definitely trading, guys, next year. So yes, October will be the anniversary. I think I started on, I think it was the 16th. Let me just see. 16th of October, I think, was the first ever day on the CX. Sorry, I tell a lie. 5th of October was the first day. So we're what, less than a month away now. of being a year on the CX. And if I'm going to share my experience, well, I do share my experience, that's why I do the videos. The first thing I would say is that if you're doing it, it's money to set up. I've done a video on that before, which has had a hell of a lot of views actually, which I thank you all for, but it's very expensive to set up. Once you've set it up, you need money to keep running. You know, you can't, once you get paid at the end of the month, if it is the end of the month with the shippers, you can't just take all your money and run. You've got to run your business very sensibly. You've got to have money available. My first service on the van were over £800. That's because it developed scraping on the back pads. You know, the van insurance, when that comes back round, the van tax, the stuff that you need to run your business. I've gone through it all before, but it is expensive. And then you've got to be responsible. You've got to put some money aside, because you never know. You never know. I mean, I've just been to Asda today to buy some paper, because I need some paper for my invoices. There's all these little things, stamps, all these little bits that come up, oil to top up, new tyres. You get this picture. But it's been quite a successful year, I would say. For a first year business, I would say, yeah, I've enjoyed it. I love it. The freedom that you have to do it, going to some ridiculously interesting places and some beautiful places. And, you know, during the summer when the sun's out, although the heat wave weren't brilliant, it's been a pleasure driving around and doing it. So, subscriptions due soon for the first quarter. So if you don't know, you pay your CX subscription all in advance, first year. And then the second year it goes quarterly. So you don't pay it all at once. So that is due out soon, later in the month. So all money being paid out at the moment. But it's what you've got to do. So yeah, all's good, all is good. I wanted to talk about a little bit about the kind of drivers they are out there, because like I said, a few of us do chat and we do talk about courier life and things, and it's interesting. It's good to have some friends, let's say. It makes you feel that it's very lonely doing this job. You're in a van on your own virtually all day. So to have some people you can talk to and chat to about it is really, really helpful. And I'm sure you all find watching these videos with the guys that do them on YouTube, when you're pulled up and you're waiting for a job, it helps the time go a little bit quicker. So yeah, it's really, really good to have people that you can talk to. But we talk about things all the time. I wanted to mention about the kind of driver that you want to be. And why I say that is because on the CX, the CX is self-explanatory in regards to what it does, but you can still be a different kind of driver on the CX. And what I mean by that is, number one, you've got all the different things. You've got a small van, you've got short wheelbase van, minivan, long wheelbase van, right up to Lutons and trucks and everything else. What kind of vehicle would you want to be? Because that potentially would send you in the direction that you want to be and what you want to do. But you could have a small van or even a short wheelbase like I've got, but you could be a local courier. Because I am round Manchester, I could bob round Manchester all day if I wanted to. But I'm not that kind of courier. I would call myself a midi courier. And what I mean by that is I do a little bit of everything. I sometimes stay local, and I sometimes do 4 or 5 jobs in a day. Just stay local, small bits, a bit of money, but more jobs. Sometimes I'll go a long distance. You know, I'll go up to Scotland or down to Bristol or Norwich, you know, fair way, good long drives. And then other days I'll do a bit of midi stuff, you know, 70 to 130 mile jobs, like Manchester to something like Newcastle, or maybe down just past the Midlands, somewhere like that. Depending on your circumstances will depend on what you want to do and how you want to be. But my view would be is, and I don't tramp, if you want to really make the money, there's two things I would suggest. Number one, you have a big van, and number two, you tramp out. I think they're the ones where they will make you the most money. So I'm in a short wheelbase. I do a lot of small van jobs, but I price accordingly. I could do a short wheelbase job, say for example going from Manchester to Bristol, and get paid the price I charge for a short wheelbase. I could do the same job in a long wheelbase, and alright, you'd be carrying more in the back, but I get paid more for that because I'm in a long wheelbase. So I think when I change my van, and which will have to happen at some point because of the Euro 6 thing, which reminds me, I've seen signs up. I think Bradford start charging their clean air zone on the 21st of September. Just a little note for you guys, I've seen some signs somewhere. It will have to be changed at some point because I live in Greater Manchester, and as soon as I drive off my road, I will literally be charged. So it will have to be changed at some point, and I am thinking that I will go to a bigger van. My circumstances are a little bit different because I have stayed out before. I've never tramped. I have stayed out a few times, but I've got to take my daughter to school quite a bit in the morning, so sometimes I'm not out till mid-morning, which can really affect what you're earning, by the way. Different couriers. If you're a small van guy, you can do a lot of long distance stuff. You can tramp out. Saintsman does that. Neil at Neptune used to do that before he upgraded to a bigger van. It can be done, but based on what kind of van you're going to get and how you want to run your business will depend on what you can earn. And the reason why I'm saying this, because everyone goes on about price, everyone goes on about best van to run. You can still make money on a small van, it just depends on how you run it. It's down to you guys, it's down to the individuals. So if you are getting into it, just think about what kind of van you're going to get and what your personal circumstances are. That will really push you forward on how successful you are. Having said that, success is measured by how much you want to work and how much you put into it, doesn't it? How professional you are. So that's that bit out of the way. So I just wanted to also just mention a couple of things. Bit of a sad loss. We've lost Big Beardy. So again, I know that a lot of people out there will be watching Big Beardy's videos. He's gone in a different direction, so he's still very much a courier driver, but his YouTube channel, he's doing something different. He feels he's talked enough about what we do and can't really say or do any more. He's just repeating himself over and over and over again, which is fair enough. But Big Beardy, buddy, salute your friend. You will be missed. I think all of us look forward to seeing your videos, and you will be missed from a courier perspective, let's say. And I wish you all the luck in the future, buddy. But please feel free to put some more videos on about Courier if you want to. If you guys are new to the channel and you're looking at getting a load of information about it and you haven't, check out Big Beardy, because there's loads of information there for you. I bumped into John, tall man, small van, last week again. There's 3 drivers that ended up in Telford, Saintsman as well. Fortunately, I didn't see Saintsman. And so we met up and had a chat, so good to see you, buddy. I'd like to say just welcome back to Neil as well, Neil at Neptunes. Again, another guy who puts loads of content on. Very small little snippets with Neil, but quite to the point and not rambling like probably I do. But it's really good to have you back, buddy, and I'm glad you've gone to a slightly bigger van. I think it'll work out miles better for you, and I think it'll pay for itself, to be honest. With the extra money you'll get from it, I think it'll pay for itself. So it's really good to have you back. Freddie Fletcher, really good to have a different perspective, because a lot of us, there's no real shippers out there that do videos, and probably for reasons like they don't want to tell us how much they're really getting and all that kind of information. But because Freddie does a bit of both, he does driving predominantly and he posts jobs, it's really interesting to get a different perspective. So thanks for joining, and thanks for doing the videos and sharing. It does make a difference to us all, I think. And then the final one is just, again, another bit of sadness, I suppose, is Jim Allen. So Jim Allen only run from, I think he said, October to March on the Courier exchange, and he's gone back to doing what he used to do, which I think is out on the rigs. He posted his first video in a long time the other day, just letting us know where he was and what he was up to. I just want to say, again, just good luck with everything, buddy. I used to really enjoy your videos in particular. Sometimes it's a style of how they put across in it. But yeah, all the best, buddy. You do what you need to do. And the van's looking great, by the way. It looked fantastic when it's finished. And that's it. I think that's it for the month. I think I've gone on enough. Just to sum up, round up, good August. September started off really strong. Best week ever last week, which is good. It's really, really good. I'm really pleased with how it's gone up to now. If you are looking at getting on the Courier exchange, just bear in mind the cost, fuel especially, and what kind of van you're going to run. Depends on what you want to do, and I also think it depends on where you live, because I've done a drop today, so I'm just anyone that knows the area will know there's a junction, there's Ramsbottom Junction, and I did a drop this morning in Bacup from yesterday. I picked up from Grimsby. I'm just dropped off this morning, and my mum and dad live in Rosendale, so I went to see them, had a brew with them, and a little bit of breakfast, some toast, and there is work available, but it's getting to it, you know what I mean? I'm a bit further away here, where when I'm at home I'm quite close to a lot of the work. I was hoping for somewhere like Burnley, Bury, them kind of areas to come up, because they would be a bit closer for me, but it's not worked out for me this morning like that. But we will grab something. I've just pulled up, like I said, to Ramsbottom, just off the M66, or where the M66 goes into the bypass, and we'll just look for some work now closer to Manchester. Right, definitely enough now. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, do everything you need to do. Take care if you're driving. Bit cooler this morning, 6 degrees, but everyone take care. We're getting to winter. Brilliant. See you later, guys.